All right, guys, we now have two phenomenal swing trading and investing opportunities. The next one is going to be Lululemon. I encourage you to go back and watch my previous video because it is the same exact strategy that I'm planning to use on Lululemon this week. It is that classic gap close reversal to fill the gap above strategy. As you can see, Lululemon has a gap to fill right around here, which is at around $290. And today is the day it closed that gap, and it had its first green day in about 2 weeks. And as you can see, it recently had a massive sell-off all the way from like $400 all the way down to $290. So the point I'm trying to make here is the stock dropped 100 points in about 2 weeks. Very similar move to DocU. It is extremely oversold. And if you just look at this chart pattern here, it had a recent move, right? You can see right here, the RSI, it bottomed at around 26. And look at where the RSI recently bottomed at 27. So the RSI is towards the lows. The stock is extremely oversold. It's due for some sort of rebound. It's due for some sort of upside potential now that it has officially closed this gap and had its green day and starting to bounce. So what I'm going to be looking for is if this stock can turn this price level right here, $294.76. If it goes above that, turns it into support, I'm going to buy it at around $296, and I'm simply going to hold it for the mid to long term. In terms of the options that I'll go with, you can go with some that are in the money. You can go with some that are out of the money. So with this one, you can do like a midterm swing trade. You can also do a long-term investment on. You can do all sorts of things. So I think it's a great midterm swing trade. I also think it's a great long-term investment, but you really cannot go wrong long-term investing into these particular situations due to these bottom confirmations and due to these gaps that are waiting to fill above. History shows these gaps are going to fill above, and it consistently reaches for new all-time highs. As you can see right here, massive gap downs, dropped 130 points from the high all the way to 260 to 128, and then it recovered, reached for new all-time highs, and then here we go again, same situation. You got key support right here at around $290. It spikes 100 points, and then in just a few days, it has a massive sell-off, and now it's finally having that green bar and that gap close reversal to now fill the gaps above. You got a gap waiting to fill above right here towards $350. You got another gap waiting to fill right here towards $380. So the point I'm trying to make is bottom bullish confirmations, huge upside potential. RSI is sitting at the lows, guys. This is a phenomenal opportunity. And again, these are stocks that nobody else is talking about. They're not scanning for these gap close reversals. They're not scanning for these gap fill plays. They're not scanning for stocks at the lows. Everybody's talking about Tesla, that's at the all-time highs. Everybody's talking about Apple, that's towards all-time highs. I'm focused on stocks that are extremely oversold in value with huge upside potential and have huge momentum pushes due to their huge momentum crashes. You have to keep in mind, stocks go up just as fast as they go down, and look at how fast this dropped 100 points. So it's an absolute gift, just like DocU. In terms of the option chain, let's take a look at where the volume is. I like to study where the volume is. So let's see what people are getting. So a lot of people are getting November. We got some November right here. November out of the money 320 calls. November $300 calls. These are good. I really like these. I also like the short-term ones. Let's see. So I like these as well. I like the October 23rd. I really like October 16th. So you can go with a couple of these. In terms of October 16th, let's see. $295 strike, $13 on the bid, $13.40 on the ask. This is another good one as well. $10.70 on the bid, $10.95 on the ask, $300 strike. So guys, this is what I'm exposing you to. I'm exposing you to the best setups at the best prices. There is no setup that I've scanned through every fucking stock in the market. These are the best setups. Lulu is the best setup. DocU is the best setup. What I'm doing is I'm sharing with you what I see value in terms of a midterm swing trader to investing. I do believe investing is a lot more safer, but I do believe these are particular bottom bullish confirmations where it's fine to do a midterm swing trade as well. So you can do both. You can just do one. But yeah, these are going to be phenomenal, swing trading and investing opportunities, and they have huge upside potential. And history shows that it consistently reaches for new all-time highs and it consistently fills the gap above. And like I said, these stocks tend to spike just as fast as they crash. So when you see these massive sell-offs happen very, very rapidly, and then it closes its gap, forms a bullish candlestick, and starts to spike with the volume picking up, odds are it's going to continue to run and start to fill that gap above. So in terms of the confirmation, what you want to look for is, this is the key, guys. This right here, $294.35, that has to turn into support. Once that turns into support, you can buy it after this turns into support right here, $294.76. These are just some of the basics to the strategy. It is a pure technical momentum, volume, history tends to repeat itself type of strategy. You can use news catalysts and stuff like that to stack trends and odds in your favor. But like I said, guys, I focus on trades that are extremely I put myself in investments that The stock is consistently reaching for new all-time highs. It is consistently filling all the gaps above. And then what I do is I wait for these stocks to close their gaps. Like, for example, I look for some of the lowest gaps. So Lulu, one of its lowest gaps at $291, and it was recently at $400, dropped 100 points in 2 weeks. Huge upside potential, and I love these massive crashes because that's where the momentum is. The stock tends to push back up just as fast as it goes down. I'm not saying it's going to do that, but what I am saying is there's huge upside fucking potential, and you can just see right here, just look at some of the other massive sell-offs. This is how I get some expectations. Right here, it tops at $164, and then it bottoms all the way down at $112. So it dropped what, like 100 and let's see, 162, bottomed at 111. So it dropped like 50 fucking points, and then you can see right here, tops at 260, bottoms at 130, so it dropped 130 points. So the point I'm trying to make is it dropped 50 points there, it dropped 130 points there, and now it dropped 100 points, and this is like the fastest time it's ever basically done it. And guys, just look what happened, guys. History repeats itself. Study the RSI. Study how fast it crashed back here in February 2020, and study how fast it recovered. That's how you get your expectations. History fucking repeats itself. This is one of the best opportunities I've seen. And you can go on this one. I really like, if you're going to go with really longer term ones, I would go out of the money as well. That could be another great opportunity. Let me see where people are going out of the money on these. Let's see where all the volume is. Okay, so we got some 350 strikes, 1195. So just to put this into perspective, let's say you go with this one right here. It expires right before the year ends, December 18th. And let's see what people are going with. A lot of people are going with this one. Let's go with something. Okay, so right here, 890 and 925. Let's just round it up to $10 to make the math similar. So the delta on these is going to be at like 50 cents. So if you bought this contract, let's say at $10, every time this goes up $1, your contract's going to go up 50 cents, which would be a 5% return per dollar. A 5% return per dollar. If you buy shares, you're going to make a 1% return every time it goes up $3 fucking dollars. See, it's up 80 cents today. The shares are only up 0.27%. If you go with the fucking options, you'll make a much, much more lucrative return, basically 10 times the return you'd make on the shares, and they're cheaper and they're affordable, and it's a lot safer due to the very lucrative returns, in my opinion. And it's just very realistic for those contracts to expire in the money, even though they're far out of the money. If you want to play it safe, you can go in the money. But yeah, do some research on some options. Look into midterm swing trading options. Look into leap options. I'm telling you guys, these are the best opportunities for midterm to leap options. And let me know if you got value from this video. I'm very curious to see how this plays out.